Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead video for today. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another throwback review for this week's Year of the Dead throwback review. This one is my review for The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode 9, titled Adaptation. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing another video today. This one's going to be doing another video for The Walking Dead. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another Year of the Dead throwback review for The Walking Dead. This one is for The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode 9, titled Adaptation. So, this one is my review for another Year of the Dead Walking Dead throwback review. I was really, again, surprised that this one won the poll, because there were a lot of, very demanded episodes on this poll. There was, Made to Suffer, there was a few others that I do know some people want to see Infected, and but Adaptation was the winner this week, and my goodness, man, this was a darn good episode. Even going back and, watching it again, I do have minor things about the episode that I don't like, but, it's, for the most part, it's a really, really great episode. So, this episode takes place exactly after the death of Jesus, after the end of episode 8, and we literally get right back into it. They're surrounded by the Whisperers, they make their way through the cemetery, and they close the gate, but the Whisperers open the gate. So we've then obviously got Negan, who gets out. He has escaped from his jail cell, and he puts on a new shirt, he kind of gets a new outfit going, and just as he's on his way out, Judith catches him, right, and points the gun right to him. And she lets him go, but obviously he promises her in return that he's not going to hurt anybody here. Even if they try to hurt him, he's not going to try to hurt anybody there. So Negan obviously leaves, and we see really an interesting episode with him, right? He's out there, he runs into a lake, which he drinks water out of, then throws it up later, and ends up on his knees in front of the same location that he killed Abraham and Glenn, which I thought was a really nice touch. The fact he's on his knees and he's getting sick, and then he's looking at where he beat their heads in. Yeah, that is I don't know, that's a really nice touch there that Walking Dead did. And essentially, he goes to this store, he finds this jacket, and you've got these dogs that kind of come after him, and the dogs obviously get eaten by a walker that he kind of drags in there and stuff. And, he makes his way to the sanctuary. So that's the only thing I'll say about this episode, is that I will say the Negan plot was good, but it does drag at times. There's times where I'm kind of okay, let's get to it, But he goes back to the sanctuary. He finds it completely abandoned and, nothing there but a zombified member of his saviors named Big Richie, which, he, says, Big Richie, is that you? Oh, man, loyal to the end, right? So, yeah, he goes there, he tries to fix it up, he kind of realizes that there's nothing out there for him, and he decides, after a little while of kind of reminiscing and, kind of seeing, the office again, and kind of deciding, yeah, I'm just going to go back, I'm just going to go back to Alexandria. So that's what he does, and, obviously when he makes his way back, Judith just shoots him right off the motorcycle, and, they decide that, Negan's going to go back, and Negan's going to go back into his jail cell and stuff like that, and there is nothing out there for him. So, yeah, pretty interesting plot with Negan in this episode. Now, we also had Daryl and the others obviously making it back. We had the bridge scene, which is by far one of the best scenes of the episode, where they go on this bridge, and you've got Whisperers on this bridge mixed with walkers, so you can't tell which one is a walker and which one is a Whisperer, and that's what I love about it, It's very, mysterious. You don't know which one's which. And they end up killing two of them, but the one Whisper surrenders and gets on her knees. And this is obviously when we get our first appearance of Lydia. So, Lydia and her appearance in this episode was really, really cool as well, too. I really love it, kind of how they kill the Whisperers, and then they capture her. And I love how Michonne even puts the mask right in her face, and she's like, you try anything, and you won't have to pretend, because you'll be dead. So, anyway, they take her back, they go back to Hilltop, and we get everybody's reaction to the death of Jesus, obviously, and the funeral and the burial for him. And Tara is now going to be fully in charge of Hilltop, which is, I like it because Tara in Season 9 versus Season 8, she's got more leadership qualities about her. In Season 9, that's actually why I enjoyed Tara's character in Season 9. I know Tara's character gets a lot of hate. I am actually one of the biggest defenders of the Tara character. I think the only time Tara was truly a bad character was Season 8, but in Season 9 and, even some of the other seasons, I never understood the hate for Tara. I always found her to be pretty darn underrated, to be honest. But anyway, so she's going to take on Hilltop now, obviously, because Jesus is dead. And they do interrogate Lydia, which Lydia doesn't say anything. I mean, she says, like, there's only a few of them. And then there's another moment where she says, you got them all. So we can clearly tell she's lying. But Daryl puts it to the test pretty darn well, I would say. When he notices that Henry kind of tells him to leave her alone, he's like, wait a second. What if I let these two bond and I just sit out here and listen, let these two talk. So, and it's starting to work, as you kind of see Daryl kind of out there listening. So pretty cool, man. Really good plan from Daryl, and obviously Henry and Lydia start connecting, and that's exactly what Daryl wants. So, yeah. Now you've got Michonne that goes back home. She's taking everybody else. And obviously we did get the news previous in this episode that Rosita is now pregnant. So, again, Eugene and, his relationship with Rosita, his fantasy is definitely not going to happen because she's pregnant with Sadiq's kid and she's with Gabriel. So, yeah, that's not going to happen. But anyway, you've got Lydia now that's captured. Daryl is going to be listening in on that. And finally, we've got Luke and Alden who are out there kind of, scavenging and trying to, figure out what this whole thing is. And, well, let's just basically say that by the end of the episode, they end up getting caught by a swarm of walkers, at least what we believe to be a swarm of walkers, until the episode comes to a conclusion and you see Alpha and her whispers surround them. And we get the first ever appearance of Alpha with the double-barrel shotgun when she says, trail ends here. So, my goodness, man. So, that was an incredible episode. Like I said, I think the only real flaw with this one is the Negan stuff is a little bit on the draggy side at times, with the whole dogs thing. I feel like that could have been wrapped up pretty quickly. But aside from that, this was a excellent episode. A really good kind of mid-season premiere for the second half of the season, really setting the stage. And I thought it was a really, really well-done episode. And again, the Whisper arc in general is just really good. So this episode, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was really, really good. Really enjoyed the episode. I love the Negan, story. And obviously, him going back to the Sanctuary was really cool. I really enjoyed seeing the introduction to Lydia, the introduction to Alpha at the end there. And, kind of the aftermath of Jesus and, just kind of the question of what do you do with the Whispers? How do you go forward? How do you move forward? And, yeah, it's a really interesting episode at that. So, anyway, make sure, of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos of The Walking Dead. Make sure to also follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I'll see you guys really soon for another video for The Walking Dead. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
I've heard stories. Walkers that can climb walls and open doors. I was never sure if they were just stories.